Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and wanted to do a series of reviews on the Friday the 13th films. Since it's around hopefully by the time I get these up, it'll be still October. But, of course, the first one is Friday the 13th. This is from the box set, which I know they have the first film uncut, but to be honest, you don't need the uncut version of that one. I mean, it's only like a few seconds more. Part 7, The New Blood needs uncut. Some of the other sequels need uncut more than the first film, but it's just my opinion. But the review for the first film is probably going to go by pretty quick, but just what more can I say about the first film that hasn't already been said? I mean, Friday the 13th, the first one, believe it or not, it's not my favorite. It's still a good movie, though. I mean, I like the sequels more. Well, some of the sequels. Like, I probably like Part 2 more, Part 3 more, Part 4 more, Part 6 and 7 more, Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, you know. But at the same time, yeah, I give credit to it. I still like the film itself as well, because it definitely gave birth to the Friday the 13th series and really kick-started the boom of the slasher, even though you had Halloween, Chainsaw Massacre. But this film, when it became a hit, given, The Shining and other stuff a run for their money, people took notice. Wow, these are very cheap to make, and you get a lot of money and profit. Of course, it's directed by Sean S. Cunningham, and I know he was getting ready to do this a TV series based on a soccer picture. I think the movie he had made was Manny's Orphans or something like that. And he was getting ready to do a TV series, I believe, based on that. Yeah, Manny's Orphans. And I said, well, we need some money, and he had worked on Last House on the Left with Wes Craven. Let's make a horror film. So all he had was a title, Friday the 13th, so he put an advertisement for Friday the 13th. But he didn't really have a script. Then you have this guy, Victor Miller, who basically, he kind of admits to himself they pretty much ripped off Halloween. They basically took notes from the John Carpenter's Halloween and made a film and wrote the script for this. Of course, the film stars Adrian Keene, you have Betsy Palmer, you have Harry Crosby, who I think is the son of Bing Crosby. I believe he's, the son of Bing Crosby. And of course, Kevin Bacon, who a lot of times doesn't want to talk about this film, which is stupid. He should. I mean, it's a popular film. A lot of people remember this more than some of the films he does talk about. But what more can you say? I mean, camp counselors going to the woods. Camp Crystal Lake's going to be open again. Yeah, Crazy Ralph, Walt Gorney. He's got a death curse. Y'all doomed. Adrian Keene is your lead. In the beginning, you have the girl trying to hitchhike into town, and she gets slit throat with a hunting knife. Yeah, Alice, Adrian Keene's character, and a bunch of other camp counselors like Harry Crosby, Kevin Bacon. You have Ned, the guy who's sort of the practical joker. And they get killed one by one. You have the point of view shots. And they get killed with an axe in the face, or of course Kevin Bacon's arrow through the neck. And of course you find out at the end that it's, which is pretty much, it's a stupid mystery. And the fact that, the thing is with a mystery, you have to have suspects. And when your suspect comes in at the last minute, it's kind of unfair to be a mystery because you have to be able to guess who it is. And when pretty much everybody else is dead and you introduce a brand new character with like 10, 15 minutes to go, then, I wonder if it's her. Everybody else is dead. There's no one else alive. And here's this brand new character we've never seen before. It has to be her because everybody else is dead. And of course it's Betsy Palmer. And how back in the day she had a son named Jason, and the Telltales weren't watching, and he drowned. And so she's going to make him pay. And that's where you get the because she sometimes tossed in her son's voice, "Kill her, mommy, kill her." So did K, kill, and Ma for mommy. And granted, I mean, it is a mystery that's kind of unfair because it's like at the last minute. And then do you really buy Betsy Palmer, this old lady doing all this stuff? Yeah, it's like, okay, she's Pamela Voorhees, granted, she is the killer, but do you buy that she did all this? I don't really know. But I know, like, Siskel and Eva really trashed the film, of course, and I think one of them actually gave out Betsy Palmer's address, saying, write to her and tell her how mad you are that she starred in this abysmal film, and that's very uncalled for, to give an actress's address. Very stupid of them to do so. Of course, a great score by Harry Manfredini. And a lot of times when people get killed, you have like a whiteout. And overall, it's a good film. Atmosphere of the woods, the forest. That cast do a fine job, especially I really like Adrian King's and interviews and in the film, like a very nice sweetheart. It's always nice to see Kevin Bacon there. You have, of course, the ending where she's on the boat and you have the young boy Jason jumping out, and then she wakes up. I think Tom Savini helped come up with that because it's like he had seen Carrie, so he wanted a shocker ending. So again, for that, the film I watched is, when I finally watched the films, I grew up more with Jason. It's just, it depends on what you grew up with more. Again, it's a mystery that's really not much of a mystery. Then, like, do you really buy Betsy Palmer doing all this? But good kills, effects by Tom Savini. The cast is likable enough, especially Adrian King, who, when she whacks Mr. Voorhees' head off. Good atmosphere with the score by Harry Manfredini, and I think Sean S. Cunningham did a fine job directing, using the location to his advantage. And overall, it's a good movie. It definitely gets a thumbs up. I know it's actually under 10 minutes, so it would be more a shorter review for me, but it's hard to talk about a film that's a classic. And what more can you say about Friday the 13th that hasn't been said? But either way, gave a big hit for Paramount, even though they hate the series. It gave them a lot of money. But either way, thanks for watching, and next time I'll talk about Friday the 13th Part 2 with probably my favorite actress of the series, Amy Steele. It's a good look. So either way, thanks for watching, and take care. Later.